Danny came to work with me in mentorship. He was like a lot of hurt repressors. He didn't know that that's what was driving his suffering. So with hurt repression, sometimes we have to talk first in mentorship because the amount of resistance, actually with any repression, but hurt repressors can sometimes be very self-defensive around the buried hurt. It's very innocent because really they don't know it's there. When I was talking to Danny, he was telling me about his anger and how his wife encouraged him to work with me because he gets angry a lot at her. And I said, that's anger though. So what if anger is just safer for you, to your system? And so therefore, when you get triggered, your system produces the anger and that protects you from the buried hurt. And then he said, okay, but what about the shame? Well, I said, I'm going to take you into process, but you're going to see that you're mostly ashamed of feeling and expressing the vulnerable emotions, hurt. And so it's safer for you to feel shame than it is to feel and express what's true to your loved ones. And as long as it is that way for you, you'll suffer. He said, what about the seeking? I said, I want to show it to you in process, but your buried hurt is producing the seeking story to distract you from feeling and expressing that to your loved ones. Well, what about the addiction? Danny, it's the same thing. There's science behind it all. The addiction is your system producing cravings and distraction from the buried stuff. You're soothing the buried stuff. Well, what about my fear of abandonment? Is that the real core? It's related to it, Danny, but when you go into process, you'll see that it's safer to sit and imagine that you'll be abandoned than it is to truly feel and express what's true to your loved ones right now. See, abandonment is down the road, just like death, but the real freedom is a death right now. The making conscious of the mechanism that holds Danny back so that Danny can't live. And then when that's held back, Danny has to think about death and abandonment to keep you safe, Danny, from the buried emotions. We went through all the suffering in a conversation, and when he felt backed into a corner, he was resistant, but also finally open, and we processed the buried hurt, and he saw the connection to all those forms of suffering. And you can too, but Dan and I know that our work is cut out for us. We're dealing with the root of suffering now, and the objective or the task at hand for us is to help you, the Dannys of the world, who are convinced that your suffering is coming from somewhere other than what science is saying, other than what your own body will say. So if you've been listening to us and wondering, what I'll tell you is don't use your mind. Go take our repression test and discover the repression in your body, and then come and work with us or sit with us so we can do what we did for you, what I did with Danny, which is you can finally stop bamboozling yourself if you're ready. Go to repressiontest.com. Thank you.